So, welcome to our new beloved Project Diva tips and tricks. Today we're going to be looking at our little high star charts, like 9 plus, 9 star and above. First and foremost, I'm going to announce a few things. Now, it's not my Christmas album that's standing there. If you want to keep an eye on that, join my Discord, keep an eye. A 39 cover is on the way. When I find time, I'm gonna make one and just gonna be like, make one recording, don't listen to it, just put it out and be like, I'm done with it. Also, I'm gonna make this concept a new, I'm gonna try something new out for this Project Diva tips and tricks series. I'm gonna record every segment separate, so that I have some time to prepare some stuff and do some stuff for the end. So this will be the intro. It will be at least 3 parts. Part 1 will be macros. Yeah, I know, macros again. I'm gonna discuss them one more time with the intention of in part 3 showing why, or there will be 4 parts at least. Part 2 is gonna be like custom charts, PPD, AFD. If you know my channel, you've already probably seen some of the stuff on streams. Part 3 is gonna be identifying what goes wrong and what needs practice with help of the macros. That's why I'm gonna reintroduce them at this chart. And part 4 is going to be gameplay with one chart, as always. Also, first of all, foremost, if you haven't watched any of the other Project Diva tips and tricks episodes, go watch them. There will be a build up to this video. Also, take this with a grain of salt, because that is my experience and my opinion on the game. It can differ for you, but also keep in mind, the series is based on what I think I've done wrong. I could have done it otherwise. And also give you an edge in what to do if you want to play extreme. Also, I'm going to point this out already. This requires dedication. If you don't like feeling play, if you don't have the mindset of like playing extreme or even high star nodes, because because you don't want to, you're scared, you know that you're gonna fail, then you won't gonna clear them all. This video is also going to be intended to clear those charts and not perfect them. Perfect is something that you have to grind for. So that's those things. So this video will be aimed on clearing 9 stars and above. I will give you some tips and tricks. I will also leave links once again down below to the gold file that's created by the Diva community, so that you can practice or learn some of the terms here. I'm gonna leave the gold file once more down below, so that you know how do you pronounce some stuff and what for terms do we use in the community. I will also leave 2 links to 1 AFT and 2 PPD. AFT will be a drive download link. It's 35 gigabytes, so be prepared, but it is fully working with some mods in it. If you want mods, you need to find the Discord server for it, the Hatsumiku modding Discord server. There are some mods in it, or you can ask around in my channel and I will lead you to it. My Discord, join me. The PPD will be a tutorial video. This one I followed, and I got it working. So if you should follow just step for step and see what you're doing wrong, it should be okay. So, with that foremost, have dedication, watch the other parts if you haven't, and come back to this video. New segment recording, also on 39 cover is on the way, if you want to listen to that, if you want to see that. I'm gonna do this as segments recording, so you're gonna see some title cards in between them, also so that you can timestamp. And this is intended to clear 9 stars and above, and what's in my opinion needful and should help you on your journey. So, why did I lay the title card around? Oh, over there. Now that I've moved the title card out of the screen, yeah, I'm back with macros again. I was switching and I got some issues, so this took for me longer than expected, but for you don't. First of all, if you don't know how you get to macros again, if you run on Storm, press the upper button on your controller on the right pad. So in case for a PS4 controller, triangle, for Joy-Cons is it X, and I think for correct me if I'm wrong, for a Pro controller it should also be X, at least the upper controller. Or otherwise in the lower part of the screen you can see like a thing customize press that button and you get to, you know, your module select screen, all that stuff. From there, go to game control config, to button config, and you're proceeding with this screen. Let's restore to default so that you'll see. If you've never been here, it would look like this. First things first, what have you been doing here? If you're never using this. Second of all, macros should be helpful. In case to show you, I've never been using macros before on a few songs until I was playing odds and ends extreme. If you know the ending, where it's like quad note into a single, quad into a single, quad into a single. I always fumbled on that and always died on that. Until I find out this. Macros. To make it a short bit fair, yoink. I'm gonna move to the top of the screen. You have to like this kind of setups and how do you call it, combinations you can expect in the game. We've all been already here several times, but I'm going to explain it once more. Basically, you can combine buttons on the controller to a specific combination. On default, yeah, it will look like this. If you're playing on Megamix, then of course it will be the Megamix controls with X, I, B, A. So then your upper controller on the right will be X and then A, B, I. That direction, with the clock, spinning with the clock. Yeah, shut up. For some reason, you can bind basically a button to press forward. So if you come across a quad note, why press 4 buttons if you can press 1? If I combine it like this, I don't know. Oh. If I buy these, then if I press my back bumper, I will get a quad note. Yeah, I can show you. Let's go to also hands extreme. I can show you what. Yeah, I'm gonna be in this part. Watch the. Watch this part. Watch this part. But basically if I press this, I can press one button instead of pressing all these 4 buttons. So watch my face button. See, that was way longer than what I would like the past. So I highly recommend no, we're not gonna be on this. I highly recommend to actually use macros or to learn using macros. Like I think I've explained in my old score videos. They're basically needed if you want to get a good score. If you don't care about score, then don't need use them. But basically, also the trick is if you like keep a quad, you can keep a hold. So I'll show that in a minute, but yeah, I'll show that first. Basically, with the quad, you can also keep and hold. So hold coming here. A small coming here. See, you can holding with this button instead of holding all those 4. This is not the thinking. I'm just gonna try to see when holds begin here to show you the meaning. So instead of like holding the square button for a hold and like then X and then circle so that you have to press like with your thumb, you can hold the triangle button. Watch. Do you see the buttons? The downside is you have to switch. See, if I don't switch, then the hold will lose. So that's also like a side why you should use the macros. So that's like a little extra bonus you can do. It's like a little cheating system. So like you can, I've seen people use like on the most common. I've seen people using them on the back bumpers, but this is not fairly weird to use them on the front bumpers or quads. Even you can use 2, you could use 1. If you like switching for score, then I advise using 2. But if you're like don't care about scoring codes like FCOs, then you can use one. So you can either use them on the front bumpers or here, or be like crazy and then put them on like one of your disc buttons, you know. That leaves two more options open. Personally, me, I'm using this combo. No, not this combo. This combo. I suck it off as a double on pressing them. So especially like if you have like a circle, triangle circle, square circle, X circle, and then a circle. I suck at those if I have to press them with the clock against the clock in, on like the left side. So that is why I'm using officer doubles. It gives room to flex also on a lot of charts. And this actually comes like a bit of meaning for like adapting. This comes for adapting. For example, if you're perfect in this and want to clear deep sea go XX, there are no officer doubles, so you can easily go like common triplet. And with like sound, what I did with sound for perfecting sound is basically this. Because there were no quads and I really sucked at the ending. So it's like already in step 2, 3, but it's like manipulating and identifying what goes wrong on the chart with those macros and use them to your advantage. Most common setups are indeed the triplets on those things, so either those. Like these are the common triplets like I discussed in another video, these are the uncommon two. Also a lot of used less often than the other I'm gonna show you later is this combination with officer doubles in either direction. I personally love them, I know a few people do, but it's not as common as like these two doubles. This is primarily used by pros. Like those, pros after playing intense, if you're playing intense X or intense X, you know why, but this is a more common used thing. This doesn't leave room that I will leave as more customized charts. I will leave it here to you. I say go experiment with like stuff, try out macros, try out to see what goes wrong, and I'm grabbing another title card. Why did I leave them again? Title cards! Ah! You call title cards, but also I don't know why, but it loaded really fast. Yeah, for the people that have seen my videos already and my stream, you know that I play a lot of AFT and PPD. To explain what both of them are, PPD is a community-made project diva. It basically is a custom chart, it has a custom chart editor so that you can make your own charts. So usually people make custom charts of songs that are not released to Project Diva. AFT is Arcade's future tone. It's basically the arcade cabinet software reprogrammed to be used on PC. And since it's being used on PC, there's also a modding community behind it. A mod I fairly use often is Mix Edition. So it's a cool mod that actually brings a ton of content into the song. I'm actually gonna release also, I'm gonna leave a link to that as well. So if you download the... Did I? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I will leave a link to that as well, so if you download it then make sure to send Stewie send my thanks to... even though for Stewie that I send it you. But why I'm particularly calling Arcade's future tone for the PC and Project PPD out. Like I said, Arcade Future Tone holds the Future Tone chart. That is true. But also with this mod, there are additional custom charts. Like you see here. And why do I call custom charts out? Like together with PPD and this. Custom charts are not officially made by Diva, but are a community-made effort. And why does it bring a community effort better than Sega? Well, your player knows how to play your game. Normally what goes on in the business is that you see that the developer doesn't know usually how to play the game and gets outbeaten or gets beaten by their own crew or, you know, people. Why do I mention this? What do you see with custom charts? That the custom charts are 9 out of 10 times way better synced in time and are an improvement for you, like it actually works against you, I don't think about it, but are actually an improvement for you. Why do I call this? Since it's better timed, custom charts often use also custom padding or custom spans, custom notes things. They try to tend to follow the rule of the arcade cabin, which I discussed early on in one of my earlier videos. I don't know which one, but you find it. That basically official Sega made charts follow the rule of the cabin's button layout. So with the circle on the most right, the X on the left, besides that, the square besides that, and the triangle on the most left. So that's often why you see like a triangle square. If it goes sideways on screen, that normally is a big gap between them, and I think I discovered in a triplet here, but that doesn't matter. So they often use a great practice to improve and just to random stuff. Of course there are future tone charts to help you with do it. For example, the Stay With Me guitar solo spam is a unique spam, so you can practice that anywhere else. It's just a left hand practice, and we've discovered that all with Black Bolt XX. Why do I want discover? Actually, it's just like you need to try them. It's just like I recommend trying custom stuff because it is a difficulty. It's a rather difficulty increase. Like we tend to give another star note instead of diva thing. What do I mean with that? Or how do I word that correctly? The people at Sega give charts a star rating based on the arcade controller. That is why often you see that people compare two-sided lovers X with like a 9.5 instead of a 10. You know? Because of that. But for an arcade cabin, it's actually a 10. And not like a 9.5. If you play it with like a D-split controller. So that is why earlier you will see that like stuff like an 8.5, like highlight, is actually quite hard. And I'm actually gonna play it in here, just to show you how custom charts are. If this ends up troubling you, it is basically, I recommend downloading and installing AFT or PPD if you're really Miko fan and want to improve with some more custom songs. Just if you prefer PPD, just follow the link that I will put in the video description below. It helps me getting PPD and it helps you get your 3 songs, and from there you can search the song. You know? But I'm gonna play this so that you get an indication of custom charts. And no, this doesn't count for playing a custom chart. I have another one in mind for that. But this will give you an insight in how a custom chart looks. And thanks Inky for this, and thanks all the other commissioners above me for this. I love this song, I love this song. So, to mention, to give a quick mention, because this is a rather short part. AFT is the arcade cabin reprogrammed for the computer with like additional mod support. Mod support brings a lot of custom charts into it. Custom charts are usually made by the community and are way better synced than the chart people do. Normally 9 out of 10 times. Same goes for PPD. It's like a community made diva project game with custom charts that also community made driven. So you tend to get better charts with better timing and to help you better practice for higher star notes to learn those difficult tricks that you can find in a file down below. And with that, I highly recommend either installing AFT or PPD and trying it out. I had fun with them, and especially I'm gonna show you after this song one more famous chart for PPD, but that's the thing. Oh, there you are again. Ik but I think you're gonna cover this? Yes. I'm gonna do. Like, one thing I often see by myself and also by other diva players, don't press too early. Be patient, be calm. And it comes correctly. And it comes fine. To be fair, I didn't have warm up, huh? So. I didn't warm up, huh? I also recommend sometimes warming up if you can, but. Now the motion I'm scared of while doing. It's like that high note. And you think, what high note you do? The one's coming up. I will point it out which high note to call her. This high note. After this line, like this high note is coming up. I have a feeling that it sounds higher than it is. Like you, I think this type of diva before this type of charting. That can be. That can be. They've seen this type of surf chart before. But that spam, like the spam halfway in, that is one you didn't see. And why didn't I play the whole chart? Because you don't have practice mode on AFT. And that's the same one thing, if you're gonna play AFT, there is no practice mode. So if you fumble on something that is not for Project Diva or Future Turn on Megamix, and if you play the whole chart and just be lucky. Same goes for Project Diva 8. So start, just try until you get lucky. I'm actually gonna close on AFT for a moment. I'm gonna pull up YouTube, because actually I want to show you one, maybe you're here because you were like, I need a challenge, I need something clean, high clear star. If you're up for a challenge, and that's my display capture not working. Oh, there it is. I actually want to show you one famous chart. I know. Ooh. Well, we'll see that video once up. If you're a fan of the community, you probably have heard of this type of chart. The Boku Boku series. And it's actually a famous type of edit mode chart for both PPD, there is one, and mainly for F2. If you own F2, there is a way to get custom charts on F2. Can I show a chart? I don't want to boot up PPD. Here. I've played this countless times on stream. If you have watched my videos, but just watch this. If you're up for a challenge, Boku Boku is feared in the community. I'm actually gonna play this in the background. Boku Boku is feared in the community for its customization and how hard it is. It's usually like the king of custom charts. Boku Boku B, as I call it, or Boku Boku Dead, and then if I pronounce it correctly, is like PPC king of like custom charts. Or let's say the P names. Let's say the P names. Do you know the chart? I'm not playing this so that you know, this is autoplay on YouTube. But Boku Boku, you have so many different types of versions. It's like the first custom chart I ever that got popular. And it's not popular because of its, yeah, how do you call it, like, because time scored or something, but because of its difficulty. Yeah, it's difficulty. But like, if you only play Project Diva Future Turn, you'd be like, Intense is the most highest chart. No, that's this. If you play PPD, you know that this is worse than Intense. Like you already saw the spam, but why does this? It's so popular. Why does this version is more particular harder than the other versions, in my opinion? Something that this version does, particular annoying, is it gets the arrow buttons that are in PPD. You'd be like, I never seen arrow buttons in the LR. Yeah, PPD as before this comes, PPD is actually also for the D-pad buttons as arrow buttons. So up, left, right, down. Like you have also in Future Tone, you can either switch to like the PS buttons, PS4 buttons, or arrow nodes. The PPD has also. The LR are actually your joysticks. You have to press them. And that is why this chart is, in my opinion, harder than the Boku Boku F2nd edit. It just messes with your brain more. And I'm even not done with like the part. Like, this is the famous part from Boku Boku. The spam. Oh my god, also this part is getting out of hand, but... Here's what Boku Boku is famous for. It's long, unfamiliar spam. Like, it's annoying little spam. If you really want to practice your spam, either play this or Spammeister. Spammeister is also a chart that tests your stamina to the max. So if you're up for a challenge, Boku Boku B or Spammeister. But the reason why I particularly get Boku Boku is not because of these two spams. It's what after it is the part that comes after this. After this spam part. And you should look at the note count going up and up and up. And this part one, I think it's more harder than the original one. Like, how do you read this? Like, how do you read this? People be like scared in the cheeks, they be like, did you? What is that? Who made this? Is that the devil's work? No, it is not the devil's work, I think. And it is actually fun to play. If you know me, I've streamed PPD a few times and I actually always played this. And even Boku Boku crashed my stream once. So, with this in mind, if you're up for a challenge and really want to test your stamina, I advise you to download PPD and search up for the Boku Boku charts that are on PPD. Or if you own F2nd, go that. You can either go for Boku Boku, Spammeister, or let's say the P names. Let's say the P names. This is also a spammy, annoying chart. So if you're up for a stamina challenge. With that, I'm gonna grab another title card and we'll see you in the play section of this last part. The title card. Yeah, this is I'm recording part 1, part 3 after part 1. Me being funny, me being fine. I'm gonna retouch that again like with the arrows. This part is actually identifying what goes wrong on a high star node chart and using your macros to your advantage. And with start in my macro part, I already told, for example, that I'm using a lot of the times like the common, not the common, the opposite doubles. And what I mean with opposite doubles is like the square X and the not the square X, the triangle X and the square circle. This is a macro combination I like and I personally use a lot. How do I attend if there are no opposite doubles? Most high star node charts have them. But for example, when I tried to perfect Deep Sea Go XX, I noticed one thing. That one thing is that there are no opposite doubles. So what do you do then? Well, a thing I noticed back then, and maybe it's something you can use for clearing, is that there are, like my fumble point was not like the triplets, the common triplets. So I decided to use this combination. And this is where the part where I can want to introduce the macros again and use them to your advantage. Because, like, higher star nodes can particularly be like something you just can't pass or something you need to pass. To be a little bit like haha in your face. I've played Tempera yesterday. Tempera for me, Tempera was the beginning was an issue, the middle part was an issue, and the ending was an issue. How do I know what to improve? Practice. I just started with the beginning, and the point was doing the beginning correct. Then I started doing the middle part and actually finding out a way to spam quick and press quick. Believe me, I've done it a lot. And actually, I found a way. And then the ending. And there it was a question of identifying what goes wrong and why I should improve on. I know that the ending was going wrong every time, and then I just need barely to pass it, or to survive it and pass it. The issue with it was, the times that I died, I had like enough percentage to clear, or to pass, and the times that I survived, I didn't. So a little bit of nerves coming in this play, but it's like an identification from, okay, this part goes wrong, I should practice that, and that is why I'm once again telling you to go practice. That sounds harsh, but you're not a superstar who's going to like boink and I can do it part. No, you need practice. Also, what I'm gonna maybe discuss in another episode, but the game knows a big 3 of the high star nodes. Apology. Basically the game has a big 3, or amongst the community there is a big 3 in regards of perfecting the chart. The big 3 is considered, of what the community notices, that a lot of players of general perfect those 3 as last. From the big 3 there's no differentiation between the last numbers 2 and 3, which is perfected most earlier, most last. But basically the big 3 is Tempera XX, the Disappearance of Hatsumiko XX, and of course the Intense Force of Hatsumiko XX. With this one being the crown on top. This is mostly the chart you will be perfecting as last. Don't be harsh on yourself if you can't clear it or don't perfect it. Intense is just like the crown on the thing. It's like the crown on the jewel, or the cherry on top of the cake. I even can perfect it or clear it, because the ending. I can show you the XX ending and make you fear of like project defense all of itself, because... Oh wait, I should do it like a little earlier. Just watch this, just watch this. Just watch this. You're probably like, Chicho, how am I ever gonna clear this? That's what we call spam and pray. No, this, yeah, I can teach you the tricks and tips for it, but it requires dedication and practice. I've seen someone from own experience that has spent so much time on the chart, grinding it to just survive. What also normally is shown that people would, that survive this for the first time, but that clear percentage will usually go around 80%. Same goes actually for XX, like it's less harder, but it is doable for most people. It's basically that is why most people use those first doubles or nodes, but that ending is where most people die. And it's not particular that it's hard, but it's like the fast switching 360s. Like those 360s that all of a sudden go clockwise. So, like intense is like normally, or for most people the chart to clear is last, most of the time. That doesn't mean say that if you don't have it, you're a bad player. No, it just takes time and practice, and out of observation from the community, intense X and intense XX are mostly the less cleared charts. That doesn't mean that I've seen people who cleared it first before, like sadistic or. But what are subjects to practice in case of things like this? Like if you go to 9.5 or the 9s. First of all, if you haven't watched my spam episode, like episode 2 I think, or episode 3, with triplet spamming, go watch that. That is something you'll need for this, spamming. Second of all, you need to learn your macros. That's why I'm introducing them and why it's important that I'm recalling them. Second of all, you need to learn your face map button. Actually, without like thinking, if I tell you where's up, where's triangle, you say up. I think countless of times like pressing on stuff and things and such. The wrong button, and it's frustrating. What is a good chart to give an example of what was hard to clear? Yeah, Benson is actually, now that I think about it, Benson is the most practiced chart. Most best example ever. It's hard, and I'm gonna show you just the ending. And then you're gonna judge for yourself. I'm gonna play anything? No, probably not. Just watch this. That is why you need to learn your macros and your doubles. Oh, wait, we're gonna we're gonna way earlier. I'm gonna show you this so that you need to. So yeah, just practice, be calm. Do you see this? This is why I'm so hard. So easy to mess up. And it's not to be mean. But you need to learn your triplets, you need to learn to spam. It brings you out of most of the stuff. And you clear your most stuff. Besides that, you need to learn, identify which stuff is for you hard to press on macros. Like for me, it's an example like the officer doubles. But I can underestimate that you be like, I'm sucking at pressing triplets. So you can use that for macros. But it is just like, yeah, I can give more advice on clearing stuff because it's personal on most level. You have to identify which part goes wrong. Practice that part. See in the song if you can like change your macros. For example, can I repress like, can I use other macros or doubles? To give an example, for Deep Sea Underground I used other, to give you an example, in Deep Sea Underground I didn't use the opposite doubles because I was fumbling and square double, square X doubles thing behind the back, and also for a square triangle, square X. Is it showing though? It's showing this. No. Yeah, this part. Oh no. Even farther. Yeah, this part. I was fumbling that so much, and I discovered that there were no officer doubles, so. Besides there, so I had to press them just. But this is that, to give you an example for that, that is just a part you can like identify and be like, okay, can I use macros here or not? Macros helped me to clear most of the stuff. Macros helped me to perfect some charts I never could perfect before. An example, also, where I decided that macros are my secret weapon is cat foot. And to show you the part exactly, I think it's around 1 minute, I hope I'm correct. No, it's a little bit further. No, it's back. Even more back. To show you the part which I used to perfect cat food was this part. Here is where I decided, okay, I need to square triangle on the square X macro, because otherwise I'm never gonna perfect this. Was just a chart like this. And yeah, perfect in case also works for like clearing stuff, which is just for comboing it actually. For example, yeah, and also I'm typically gonna give, unless someone personally does, stay calm. And stuff I had, for example, dramaturgy, if I'm showing you, is that I was spamming way too fast or way too early. Spamming in general. I could just go into practice now that I think about it. See? Practice really makes key. See, I even so fumble this. And one more tip actually I want to give you, besides like stay calm, is like don't focus yeah, what do I want to give? Don't let your brain count notes, or don't let your brain do stuff like, of course you have to press buttons, but I mean, what I often experience is that my brain jumps a note ahead. And then can't shown enough. Jumps ahead a note and then be like, oh no, I pressed the wrong note, I have to press the previous note, and then press the previous note on the note, it's swapped. So you need to stay calm, control your nerves. That's also a tip I want to give. And like I show you, talk this best to clear charts. Well, actually on your own in silence. And the case for deadlift, then you can hear the rhythm of the chart pad, and you can hear if you like make a mistake. Last tip I'm gonna give, really last tip before we go on. Turn this to off, to on, if you want to practice. If you turn this on, you can hear the parts that go wrong. To off, I mean. Turn this to off. If you turn this to off, then there will be no focus on parts you fumble. And in that case, you can identify, oh, hey, this is part I hit now. And also, be mindful to yourself, take breaks. Breaks are important, and play alone. Like you saw net, just like you saw a moment ago when I talked, I was playing mirrors first and I play on my own. So use your macros to your advantage. To summarize this part, use macros to your advantage. Practice, practice, practice. Even with practice, take breaks. And if possible, play with like earplugs in and play on your own. If you don't play on your own, like you saw later in the moment, it's more likely that you will fumble, lose health, and die. And with that, I'm gonna grab another title card and see you in the next part. The play part, huh? I have to say, since I installed the update, the fixed difficulty for Mix Edition, it actually loads way faster. Not like it. For our player section, since our title card moves out of the way again, we're gonna do, I think, 2 custom charts. This chart you see now will be the last of the 2. I actually wanna, which is a good one to show. Like Sapphire and Arent is like a good chart to show us less, so that you get an idea of like custom charts and why I think it should help in clearing those stars. That is a fun one to play also. And there we go. I'm gonna play Reichi's version. If you don't know Reichi, go support her. He's an amazing cover artist. Same with Yubi. Go it. I'm gonna show two charts. Two custom charts. Android Girl and Sapphire on the Ring. They're both great practice charts if you have Mix Edition for AFT. I don't know if they're on PPD. By the way, they're on PPD. Most of the AFT charts are imported from PPD anyway, so just look up for him. Listen. But I'm gonna play Android Girl and Sapphire on the Ring as a little bonus. I hate Sparta voice. This is a tough charge, and especially for a 9.5. If you're wondering what micros I'm using, opposite doubles for AFT. Huh. How do I know what goes wrong? Like for me, I know it's like for me, it's two D60s mostly, and like hand practice. So I know those are stuff for me to like practice. Maybe next time we're gonna be looking like next time we're gonna look more at the Stone Star. I didn't have any more of my pad to begin with, so it was me with an art chart. I've played it before, but it's like really hard, especially that part. It can be really frustrating because you have, it's like on this part I always have motion controls so that I could do like that on the D-pad, for example. But no. It's a good chart to practice, and it shows you how custom-made charts are actually fun to play. And you don't think that I'm now a little bit improving, but I'm improving. Especially challenge yourself also to do more stuff with like your left. In case of me, I suck at left hand practice, so do it also with left hand practice. Like the next chart I'm gonna show you is actually It's really fun to play, but also really annoying because it is such a stupid placed sort of chart. I hate it, but I love this song. Just watch. Don't mind, I didn't have any. Just watch it. You don't like it. I am better at this intro, but damn. Oh, maybe I have them for after this song. I still have a tip after this song. I'll have to check for one more that you can maybe use in your own journey. Like, why is this chart so stupid? Dan look at me, never made it. The tip I want to give you is, like you see, I'm holding now points. If you can, and that's if you can, try to go for many hold points as possible. With like your little quad notes. And I'm not saying that because you should push yourself and die. If it can, if you don't die from it, try to improve on holds also. A chart is usually built this way, that it goes from 100% if you fully full combo with an F0, just without any fines. But that you usually get around 1% for life bonus, and that leaves 5% open for hold bonus. So if you're like on like 65, 66, 67, see if you can improve on holds. With that, you can clear it. This chart is fun to play, but it's also stupid as well. Like you saw. I don't know who charted it, but yeah, you made a challenge. I think I've had all that there is. It's mostly dedication and on a personal level, but goes wrong. So practice a lot, take breaks, identify what goes wrong on the chart and why you can get points, for example, with hold bonuses. Or if you see, for example, that you push the same button over and over wrong again. Also, recording will help with that. For example, record yourself playing this chart, for example, 4 times. I see that, for example, you press on a circle, square X each time. You'll be like, oh, hey, I noticed that I did that too wrong. I should pay attention to that. Helps a lot. Also, take breaks. What I often see people do is that they go on, and then eventually hit a mental roadblock. And it won't improve anymore, only goes downwards. I've experienced myself too, so don't play for too long. Take breaks, either step away for a moment and go do something else, or play a few other charts to get the chart out of your mind. And usually you will see that it helps to take that break or do something else, for example. And with that, I if you can, highly recommend to install PPD or AFT in custom charts like Poku for PPD. With Poku, let's say the pain is spam my sticks. Or with AFT, try for example Mixed Edition and turn out of the custom charts. Like Android Gods and Fire on the Ring. With that, I hope you enjoyed watching. Like I said, links to AFT, Mixed Edition, PPD and a boss file once again will be in the description down below. The bots will give you an indication to learn some terms to use in the community so that you can better ask for help. Or if you use pictures, you will also get. To begin, I have the Discord down below. If you have any further questions, you can ask them either in the comments down below or join the Discord. We have a small community at the point of recording. And they're willing to help. Either you can DM me. If I have time, I will respond. I can be busy with school. I'm just a student life. Second of more, a video above my channel should be recommended. A video above me should be appearing from my channel to you recommended. Based on what you watch, I can predict it. To the left of that is the Diva Tips and Tricks playlist. If you want to watch any of the other episodes, I highly recommend you do. Below that is a Let's Play playlist. If you're new to my channel, I'm watching YouTube. I often stream Diva streams and other stuff on my channel and on my Twitch channel. I stream indeed Twitch also every Wednesday and Saturday around 7 PM CET or CEST, depending on when you watch this. To the left is my channel button. If you want to search for any other TV content or want to look around, go ahead. And also, a little hint, I'm gonna working on a 39 cover. I'm just gonna be like records, and I'm not allowed to listen to it, edit and see how it goes. And if you're looking there for, stay tuned, join my Discord to keep an eye out on my channels. With that, I'm gonna say thanks for watching, and until the next video, I'm going to start a little bit more about the deep, big 3.